28th of January 1980. So as we all know that 18th January is a special day, and generally in the January month, Baba often mentions the intense efforts of Brahma Baba, and similarly here Baba has mentioned the reason for the difference between the perfect Brahma and the perfect forms of Brahmins and the solution. So I think most of us who are reading the Murlis daily, we might be aware that Baba often tells that the children should be like the father, Brahma Baba, and he always asks us to verify each of our actions with that of Brahma Baba. So same thing Baba has told us in this Murli. But what is interesting here is that Baba has very beautifully taken us on a journey. If I remember, there was a mention in the Sakar Baba days that Baba used to send Sandeshi, the godly messenger, and asked her that what does Shiv Baba has to say. And in one of the days, the messenger told that she saw similar Brahma Baba, just like what she sees in the Sakar world. But that Brahma Baba was different. And then after describing, Brahma Baba got to know that he has to attain that perfect stage of the Avyakt Brahma Baba. And that is a beautiful way Baba Shiv Baba probably gave the message to Sakar Brahma that he has to attain perfection, and he gave him a benchmark. So if I remember, the messenger described that the Brahma Baba in the subtle regions is very much light, he's very much divine, and that was not the case with Sakar Brahma Baba. Of course, he was, but not that intense. And eventually, when Sakar Brahma Baba made his efforts, he became equal to that Avyakt Brahma. And when the second time Brahma Baba told that messenger that do check and come, and the messenger did came and replied that you are exactly same as what she could see in the Avyakt in the subtle regions. And that is where Brahma Baba got a signal that probably he has achieved that perfection which Shiv Baba wants him to. So, such in similar way, Baba is also here not explaining about Brahma Baba to his perfect stage, but we the Brahmins to our perfect stage. So beautiful conversation. Baba has made the journey, and you will find it very interesting. So let us start reading. Today, Baba is seeing all of you children in your double form. Which double forms? Firstly, your present effort making form, and secondly, the final perfect and angelic form of your present birth. Okay, so one thing over here, I will just pause. Whenever Baba sees us, he never sees us just the way we are. He always sees us in a perfect stage. May that perfect stage be of the confluence age, or it could be also of the golden age. And he often does that in the Murli. Best part about Baba is that he never sees us like children, you are imperfect in so and so areas, but he always sees us in that perfect mode. So that is the vision which Baba has. So again, Baba says, firstly, your present effort making form, and secondly, the final perfect and angelic form of your present birth. As in the mantra of Hum so hum, that is, as I was, so shall I be, you first adopt your angelic form and later your deity form. Today, Baba made the final angelic forms that all of you children are going to become emerge in the subtle region according to the effort you make, number wise. You used to see and experience the difference between the physical Brahma and the perfect Brahma. You could see the difference between the effort making form and the perfect form. Similarly, today, Baba was examining the difference between these forms of you children. It was a beautiful scene. At the bottom, you were in your tapasvi, effort making form, and at the top, you were standing in your angelic form. So, as Baba is describing, let us visualize those images. How probably would Baba see us? So, for the moment, let us all emerge. At the bottom are tapasvi stages, that is effort making form, and at the top, you were standing in your angelic form. Can you make your own forms emerge? Can you see your perfect form? Together with the perfect Brahma, there are the perfect Brahmins. Each of you Brahmins can understand how much difference there is between Brahma and your perfect form. It is, after all, number wise. What happened next? Your number wise angelic forms emerged and formed a big circle like in a royal court. There was a difference in the shades of light. The light of some was specially sparkling, whereas the lights of others were just average. However, the main difference was the extent to which the sparkling jewel, the soul, was shining in the center of your forehead. The light and the sparkle of some radiated far into the distance, although the light of some was sparkling, it did not radiate that far. The light of others was very dim. Bab Dada examined the differences between all the children and saw that the speed of the instruments was very fast. He saw a great difference between the effort making forms and the perfect forms. The speed of the scientific instruments were very fast, was very fast, but the speed of the effort in bringing the gap, that is, in bridging the gap that is between the effort making form and the perfect form was very slow. Bab and Dada were having a conversation about why there was such a difference in the results Father Brahma said, all of my children are knowledgeful. Father Shiv said, together with being knowledgeful, they are also Trikaldarshi. They are very clever at understanding and explaining knowledge. They are also clever at following the Father. Not only are they inventors, they are also creators. So, what else is there for there to be such a great difference? What is the reason for this? The reason is a very small one. Father Brahma said, the children's power to imbibe is very powerful. Because of this power, as well as imbibing knowledge, virtues, and powers, their power to imbibe the weaknesses of others is also very strong. Okay, so now Baba is focusing on the exact difference, and eventually he will get us to what needs to be done. So Baba says the children's power to imbibe is very powerful. Because of this power, as well as imbibing knowledge, virtues, and powers, their power to imbibe the weaknesses of others is also very strong. When it comes to the power to imbibe, they forget the words imbibe virtues. This is why, along with good things, they also imbibe weaknesses. What do they do then? A scene emerged that was played out in the subtle region. You have a poster of this scene in your exhibition set. The poster you have has a different purpose, but the image is the same. The poster says, who is the bestower of peace? Some children emerged in this form. What happened next? The first child standing there was told of a particular weaknesses. He was told that in terms of making intense effort, this was not good. What happened then? That one pointed to the second person and said, this doesn't apply to me, but to that one. The third person said, because that person did it, I did the same thing. The fourth one said, even Mahavirs do like this. The fifth one said, no one has yet become perfect. The sixth one said, this happens all the times. The seventh one said, I will become perfect and have to go to the subtle region. The eighth one said, although Bab Dada has been s- signaling me what to do, and I should do that, I do something wrong against my conscious wish because of being in the gathering. Okay, so Baba is just told us this small story where he has given us the flavors of what a group of children could say. Some of them did a blame game on others. Someone told that anyways anybody. So let us quickly revise this whatever children told, and we can just check for ourselves. Are we standing somewhere what these people say? First one, this doesn't apply to me, but to that one. Second, because that person did it, I did the same thing. Third, excuse me 1 second. Yes, I'm back. So this doesn't apply to me, but that one. Next one said, because that person did it, I did the same thing. Next says, even Mahavirs do this. Next, no one has yet become perfect. Next, this happens all the times. Next, I will become perfect and have to go to the subtle region. Next, although Brahma Babdada has been signaling me what to do, and I should do that, I do something wrong against my conscious wish because of being in the gathering. Now Baba says the fact that they all blamed each other for their own lack of effort making meant that their effort changed completely. There are a lot of scenes like this being played out in practice. In this scene, there is a huge difference between the aim of the qualifications. So, what is the reason for this? It is because of this sanskar that the sanskar of perfections are not able to emerge. Bapdada said, it is because of this game of yours that your effort making forms do not match your perfect forms. The first and main reason is your power to imbibe. You lack the power to imbibe virtues. Secondly, in this scene, you saw that you know how to blame others for your mistakes, but you don't know how to recognize your own mistakes and take the blame for them yourselves. This is why Babdada said that you are knowledgeful and know how to feel free yourselves, but you are not so clever at transforming yourselves. There is one more reason. What is it? It is due to this reason that revelation is being delayed. This reason lies in having positive thoughts for the self and good wishes for others. Positive thoughts for the self means to have the power to churn knowledge. Good wishes means to have the power of service. Unless you plow the field with good wishes and pure feelings, you will not be able to harvest any fruit of the service you do through words. This is why the principal basis of success in service is good wishes. This feeling increases the power of souls to imbibe. It increases their desire to know more. When you have this feeling, you easily attain success in the service you do through speech. When you have positive thoughts for the self, you will constantly be Maya proof and also proof against imbibing anyone's weakness. You will remain proof against any attraction of people or things. So, the solution to the second reason that you were told is for you to have positive thoughts and good wishes for the self. Do not look at others, but do this yourself. The slogan that all of you effort makers use is when others see me do something, they will do the same. जो हम करेंगे वही हमें देख और करेंगे. It is not that you should do what you see others doing. So, did you hear this heart to heart conversation that took place? Okay, so maybe we can stop here and churn on whatever we have heard. The second part of Murli we can continue on Monday. Okay, we can start sharing now. So today's Murli I think was quite straightforward. Baba initially told us that just like his perfect form, Brahma Baba's perfect form and his Sakar form was being compared. He compared the two forms of we the children, and he saw the differences. And there were three main reasons for the differences. So would anybody like to revise what are the three main differences? The first difference was
the power to imbibe,
hmm,
and we know only any mistake we point a finger at others, that is, we are not able to recognize our own mistakes. And also, we don't, that the positive thoughts for the self and good wishes for others. Like this three were the action plan.
yes. So the first one, when we think of power to imbibe, so again Baba started on a very positive note that you all are knowledgeful and Basically, we know what to do. We should be imbibing the virtues, powers, but probably, unfortunately, we'll end up imbibing weaknesses of others. So, yes, that is something which we have to be little careful that whatever we see in anybody, first thing probably we see is what virtues do they have. Because throughout the day we will come across so many people. May that be BKs, may that be our center instrument teachers, may that be so-called ideal Maharathis in Yagya. It could be our own family members. So maybe not in the first interaction, but as we have multiple interactions, we might do see some weaknesses of them because all of us are effort makers. So we probably start imbibing those weaknesses. So that is something should be alarming thing for us that what are we imbibing? What are we seeing? Because what we see we imbibe. So that is one area of effort which we might have to make in case if we are not.
Prafulbhai, I just wanted a little bit of light to be thrown. You see, if in the, I always, of course, when the children, this is 1980, Murli, before 1969, the children knew only one form, corporeal Brahma. It was only between Dadi Gulzar, who was the trans messenger, and Brahma Baba. He knew what was that new form, perfect form, subtle form, angelic form in the subtle region. Otherwise, children were not much aware of it. I don't think they would have understood. Instead, they would have been frightened about such form if they were told about this form earlier. So they knew only corporeal Brahma. It was only later when he left and he kept saying why. One of the reasons why did he leave, he said, because in this form I cannot do so much service, but there I can do so much. So I had to leave like that. And then little by little, he had revealed to the children his form through the Murli and through trans messengers. So they knew it, even they, the children, knew it only later. I'm talking about the physical Brahma and the perfect Brahma. But for Brahma Baba, he had as you said, a benchmark. Okay. Now come to we children. For us, we don't have anyone to go and know what is our picture in the subtle region and all. We cannot, we have to be our own trans messengers to send them. So how can I really understand my present effort making form, which I assume it is a Brahmin form, how far away I am to that angelic form, which is a kind of a portrayal, a painting in the angelic region. How can I really measure it? Om Shanti.
Good question. So would anybody like to try that before I share my thoughts? Okay, so there are two ways which we can measure. First is by way of Murli, where Baba himself tells us what are the differences driving those changes. And Baba has said the exactly same thing here. So if you all know that even Sakar Baba, he was himself not that trans messenger. He used to take help of Dadi Gulzar, or probably accidentally Dadi Gulzar told him that such perfect form also exists, and that is where he got to know that he has to make some efforts in order to become perfect like him. So for us in that space, Baba himself is doing that work because we don't have any trance messengers for us to tell that, especially at the moment. And also, we ourselves are not trance messengers. So these murlis, in a way, tell us what needs to be done. And so for the and again, these Avyakt murlis were again not part of Sakar Baba's study curriculum. What we see. So these Avyakt murlis are really benchmark for us to see what we need to be and what we are. What we are, I think Baba has not got to tell much because we all know ourselves what we do in Sakar. But what should be our ideal form that Baba always says us. So in today's Murli, Baba said the three things. So once we do these three things, we work on this, probably we'll be getting more close to our perfect form. So that is one thing. And second thing is which Baba told later in this Murli as well, which we didn't read today, and that is simply follow Brahma Baba in all the actions, in all the thoughts, words. So Brahma Baba is a perfect benchmark. So if we really want to see what we have to follow, so this second part is something which Brahma Baba didn't have a liberty because he didn't have any benchmark for himself. But for us, Baba says that if you want to become like Father, just see how he did actions. So putting us into the similar situation, or maybe what situation we are into, putting Brahma Baba into that and checking that what he would have done for so and so thing. And we all have so many stories from Dadis about how Brahma Baba did. We always listen so many anubhavs during the January month or maybe other times also. So I think these two powerful tools will really help us check what would be our perfect form versus what we are at the moment.
Okay, if I take even the premise you have given, I totally agree with you, the Murli. Like that's why the dharana points are given in the Murli. So every day, if at least at the end of the day, I just take the Murli and I say, okay, like Baba, that's why Baba always says every day check through the Murli. That's the only mirror we have. But let me also remember my logic that these Sakar Murlis are just recycled. So I agree with you when you say it's the Abhyakt Murli. Because otherwise, according to me, the Sakar Murlis are just like, the constitution. Like this should, like even the other day when Baba spoke about impurity, he said even going to the lavatory and coming is a thing of very bluntly Baba had mentioned in the Murli. So, and that we have been hearing and hearing and hearing. But you're right, I think the Abhyakt Murli, like today, when you read that Murli among that kind of people, I don't think, I'm taking me as an example. We don't generally, when God is coming and asking, we don't say this one, that one. There is one thing I say, the Maharatis do. So am I wrong? If I find any one Maharati is doing, that one, I think one excuse, for me personally, I say, oh, the Maharatis are doing. So maybe it's not wrong. Maybe it's okay. And that last one I like because last one, that seventh one, I will become perfect. See, so that kind of determined thought, if an effort making child has, Baba has to be happy that, okay, my child is got a determined thought that she will become perfect, even though I'm putting it for the future. You're telling it should be an everyday thing. That whatever Murlis you're reading, take it as a mirror, I do. Because see, Baba is not finding any fault in me. He's saying I am knowledgeful. He's saying I'm very clever. He's saying I'm Pikaldachi. So many swamans he throws on me. So I'm so, balloon. So that's why I was thinking, like, have I really reached there? How much more distance? What is, or am I just painting myself? I call this as visualization. This is what we are always doing, visualizing the five forms and all. Brahma Baba never did that because he had a mission in his hand. So sometimes I feel we are just visualizing ourselves to that perfect stage and all. But really, are we, as you said, the Murlis have to be the perfect mirror. Thank you, brother. Om Shanti.
Yeah, and brother, so before you start sharing, so you're very right, sister. And again, sometimes we also forget. See, so like one thing for Brahma Baba was that, as you mentioned, he had a mission. So, so Shiva Baba told that you have to basically bring this new world, and you are responsible for it. Probably even we are told about that responsibility by Brahma Baba, or not Brahma Baba, but maybe Bab Dada, that you are the world transformers. But we might sometimes take that very lightly because there are so many BKs doing that same thing. So we might not feel the urge or the importance or the urgency of we having that important responsibility on our shoulders. And that is also one of the reasons why we might differ, such effort making. But the day when we start taking that very seriously, or maybe we don't forget that we are the transformers, we are someone whom Baba really looks upon for. So, the automatically the effort making will intensify. Although we all acknowledge this, and at least while reading or churning the Murli, we do understand the importance of this. But when we go into our daily actions, we tend to forget it. So the more we have our attention and we start recognizing these things with ourselves, probably that transformation will be more faster, I think. Yeah, Bijit bhai.
Yeah. So my understanding is we cannot really go or have anyone check our perfect image in the settled region, but of course, Murli is one way to check our progress. And of course, we all will become perfect one day, and we all are perfect because we all are unique and we all have to get to perfection. We are in that journey to get there. According to Dharma, yes, we all will become that. But when, and we cannot just go and see, our perfect image in a settled region to check how far I progressed. No, we can't do that. Yes, through Murli, we can check, yes, where, how far I have progressed when Baba says so and so that I look at you, so and so. And I've also heard when this part began, the awake part, right? So, I mean, the perfect image of Brahma was revealed. That is when Brahma Baba really started putting more effort, and he completely withdrew from all the outside thing and paid complete attention in his tapasya, and then brought his perfection or became perfect. I heard in a couple of classes that before that his perfect stage was revealed by the trans messenger. Brahma Baba used to play with children, used to do a lot of activities, fun activities. But when Brahma Baba saw this perfect form, Brahma Baba realized that, oh, this is the stage that I have to get to. So if I have to get there and I have to intensify my tapasya, that is when Baba withdrew from all sort of external thing and focused on his tapasya, and then finally got there, that we all know. And yes, we all will get there for sure. Yes. What number we'll claim? Yeah, that we don't know according to drama. According to drama only, we are according to our number only. Each one of us is making effort. That's what is my understanding. Upsha, thank you.
Praful Bhai, I just wanted to ask you, why can't I be my own trance messenger? What I mean is, see, we know how to go to the subtle region. Baba has given us, whether it's a visualization technique or anything. I remember in the earlier days, Ramnath Bhai used to say, go to the subtle region, there will be so many lockers. There is a locker in your name, open the locker, take out the dress and wear it and enjoy your tour of subtle region. I used to think it really like that only. I had no picture of the subtle region, what it is, whether it was just a thing. But why can't I be? I know what you said now, two things Murli, Brahma. These two things are my yardstick for measurement. Okay. But why can't I be my own trance messenger uh, and go to the subtle region and get to know what I am through my Brahma Baba? Is it something impossible?
No, see, so when we are telling over here being our own trans messenger, in other words, basically what we are telling is we are reflecting on our own self. Now you do that by just doing a checking through chart, or you go to subtle regions, or you go to Paramdham, you go to Madhuban, you go into a garden. These things can be done anywhere. It is just how we would like to do it. At the end of the day, it is the self checking, it's self introspection. So, and I think that is the best thing which we can do. And no one else can, really tell us what we need to do than what I myself need to tell, which I myself can check for myself own. So you're very right. You can just sugarcoat it in whatever way you feel. Maybe my own trans messenger, or maybe going to subtle regions ourselves. Earlier, when brother was telling that we can't go to subtle regions, so that is the form in which we know that the soul actually goes into the trance mode where Baba gives directions. As we all know that how dadis go into the trance and get those messages which probably Baba wants to give them. And even in Lokics, we see some people have that power of going into that trance. And very often, Baba has told us in many of the Murlis that we children should not have that kind of wish or thought that we also go into trance, because Baba calls that as a Maya, or calls that as not being really meaningful when it comes to our self efforts. But yeah, agreeing with you, when it comes to our own checking, we always do those drills during the yoga of five forms. Sometimes we go to the golden age, sometimes we go to the paramdham, sometimes to settled regions through our power of intellect and mind. And that is a perfect space where we can check ourselves and see where we need to improve ourselves. And actually that is the only pusharth mainly. Even if we benchmark it from Murli or what Baba says, at the end of the day we have to do that effort. If we don't do that, then probably we will be just the same. So yeah, agreeing with your thought, sister. We can be our own self trans messenger, but yeah, at the same time we should also acknowledge that the trance which Baba refers in the Murlis, or not Murlis, but actually now we don't have many trance messengers. Earlier that was a very big thing in Yagya, but yeah, so that is a different story altogether.
Thank you, brother. Thank you very much. You confirmed my journey. Of course, I spoke trans messages only for myself.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think I would ask Baba any time about anyone. Never. That is his problem. I am, he is a judge. Thank you. You confirmed my journey. Om Shanti.
Yeah, because even I had this similar thought when I used to listen that someone is trans messenger, someone else is doing this. So I always had this thought that, oh, they have some extra powers. They have probably Baba has blessed them with something extra. But then when Baba told into the Murlis that, don't have that kind of thoughts. Rather you become messenger for yourselves, check for yourselves. Then I thought, oh, Baba is not really interested or taking that direction. Then let me be my own, messenger and check for myself what works well. And one more thing before we close, you also identified very nice thing, the seventh children or seventh person in that group. That seemed to be more logical. So Baba gave us all the variety what children were telling, and the seventh one really told that I would really make that change. Others probably were making those blame games or things like that, but the seventh child really took that responsibility. So Baba gave us all the flavors what different children tell in a scenario. So very rightly pointed that also. So let us quickly, since we are already over time, let's do a 1 minute reflection. But before doing that, I just wanted to mention that these Murlis which we are listening daily in a Wet Murli Club, we all join between 5 to 5:45 or little ahead. So going forward, I think from Wednesday, we'll be doing a slight change in joining the meetings. So at present, we don't enter any passcode. Uh, so now we'll be having this passcode of 11 going forward. So if your device asks you for a passcode, just enter 11. And let me tell you the reason as well, because we will be shortly um, renewing our Zoom subscription. So till 25th of July, we have the liberty of using the Zoom account without any passcodes. But due to the enhanced security by Zoom, they are forcing us to use passcodes going forward after 25th June. So we thought, why not experiment that right 1 week before the actual change happens. So this is something which Zoom is forcing us to use, because if we don't use, then probably it will be breaching some of the security thing which Zoom wants us to. So just wanted to highlight, and we'll also share this in the groups, that while joining the morning class, make sure that you also enter the passcode 11, or you will have to use a direct joining link, a very big link that will also be shared in the group. So yeah, either you join with the long link or you enter the meeting ID and enter the passcode. So yeah, this is a small announcement. So yeah, let us take a minute. I won't speak anything. Let us check for ourselves. Emerge our perfect form and our current form, and just see what one small step can I take today to reach to my perfect form. Okay, thank you everyone. Have a great day. Om Shanti.